Hi there. This lesson is on the cross-examination and the closing statements. So, cross-examination, you're trying to put little chips away in the other side's witnesses. It's sort of death by 1,000 cuts. Think of it that way. It's not like in the movies where you're going to get the knockout question. They're going to go, I did it. No, because you're going up against, great students are going up against great students. So no one's going to relent. Every time you would want them to say yes, they'll say no. Every time you'd want the witness to say no, they'll say yes. So what you just have to do is tell your story through your cross-examination questions to the trier, the judge or the jury. So these questions are like little mini statements in the form of a question. So you're putting statements to them in cross-examination called leading questions with trying to get only yes or no answers. So you're telling them what you think and you're taking them through this story and you're letting the judge and jury hear and see your side of the story through your questions. You're not really asking them questions in a real sense. You're not really caring what they say. You're telling them statements in the form of a question in your cross-examination. And so, let's say, for example, Dipanch, I'm just going to get you to say no to every one of these questions. So, Dipanch, you were outside Middlefield about 10:30 p.m.?
No.
And then your friends arrived about 10:40?
No.
And then the four of you walked to the front door?
No.
And you took the crowbar and opened the door about 10:45, 10:50?
No.
And so you went inside the school and got to the elevator 10:50, 5 to 11?
No.
And you went up to the third floor and headed to the computer room.
No.
And you used the same crowbar to open the computer door.
No.
And it would have been about 11:10 when you got in.
No.
And that's when you started to pile on the computers on the cart.
No.
And you took them back down the elevator, probably got the 5 computers down by about 11:30 p.m.
No.
And then you loaded them in the car and drove it to your friend's warehouse. You were probably done by midnight.
No.
So you see, there the witness said no to everything I just asked. However, I'm telling my story. Perhaps the judge or the jury is viewing what I'm saying as I say those questions, even though the witness says no to everything. All right, closing statement. That's where we take the facts and we take the law and we try to put them together. And the idea is sort of like a concluding paragraph of an argumentative essay. You sort of sum up quickly what the judge has heard, the good things for your side, the bad things for their side, and you're basically asking them to believe your thesis or theory, guilty or not guilty. So you're at the beginning, your thesis, if you're the defense, is not guilty, your thesis, if your crown, is guilty. And you're trying to get them, the judge and jury, to believe your side and say, agree with you. So you're just summing things up and finishing off. Closing statement, also known as submissions or argument, because this is the chance where the lawyer is allowed to say what they think. Throughout the trial, they're only allowed to ask questions, but now they're actually allowed to give argument. So closing statement, kind of putting the bow on it, and it's sort of the final chance to paint a picture for the judge and jury to hear what they think. Thank you very much.